Hey beer tubers, another road trip. I am over here at Green Flash Brewery, Vista, California. I literally work right down the slope from them. It's kind of like their awards room here. Tasting room's out that way with all the bottling line. All their bottles, some awards they've won for them. This is why we are here today. This is their new fire roasted pumpkin ale. It's gonna be draft only. Just talking to a guy about how they did this one. They actually added pumpkin in the mash, they added it in the boil, and they added it in the fermenter. So there's a lot of pumpkin in this. The spice notes are on the mild side. You do get your typical nutmeg, cinnamon. But you actually get a lot of pumpkin in this beer. It's really smooth. It's low ABV. I think it's 5.8. I'm gonna go double check. I'll show you the board later, but really liking this. Really nice. The only brewery I know in San Diego that brews pumpkin beer other than this one is Alpine, and they do their Ichabod, and I've never had that one. I need to head down to that brewery at some point, but really enjoying the this pumpkin beer. And since it just came out, ultra fresh tasting. Yeah, just this, of all the pumpkin beers I've had, this one probably has the most flavor for just a regular non-imperial pumpkin ale. So I'm gonna finish this one up and move on to something else. All right, this is the Citra Ale, 4.5% ABV, so it's a light session beer. And I didn't get too much info on this, but it's probably hopped and dry hopped purely with Citra hops. Get a very interesting aroma on this one. I've yet to have Citra hops before, and this one, it's a very like floral and citrusy aroma, very unique, like a dried kind of peel, be it like an orange peel or a zest kind of smell, and it has a really nice flowery component in there as well. Kind of unusual. Let's take a taste. Nice and bitter, real crisp. Beer's leaving some nice lacing, and it pretty much follows the nose as far as the taste. It's real brief, real smooth. I believe the full name for this is Citra Session Ale, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this is my first time trying this. I've always seen it around, but never got around to it. But real fresh, flowery, citrusy, real nice. Alright, this is American ESB, 5.8% ABV. Let's give it a smell. So you got a bit of hops in there, kind of floral hops, and nice sweetness from the malt. Let's give it a taste. Real nice, clean hops on the end there. Nice caramel malt on there. Pretty decent ESB. Surprisingly not as hoppy as you expect, but there's some decent bitter on the end. Really smooth though, easy drinking. Easily slug this down. That's the list. The last beer for today is Silva Stout. I already did a review of this one, so you kind of know what I think, but on draft I'm getting a little more of a bourbon flavor in there, and I am getting a bit of a tartness kind of that I talked about if you read the description of the beer. Like I think they called it like a cherry tartness. Anyway, I'm getting a bit more of that today. But that just might be my palate today, and possibly the beers I previously had. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my trip over to Green Flash Brewery. I did manage to pick up 4 packs of the Silver Stout that I did a review on, so if you're setting up trades with me, you're probably going to get a bottle of this. Thankfully they still had it at the brewery. As far as I know, distribution went only as far as 2 bottle shops in the northern part of San Diego. That was it. I was talking to one of the guys at the brewery about it, and that's all he said they're sent out, and then the rest you can only buy at the brewery. So real limited stuff. This is a very solid beer, so I think you will enjoy it. Anyways, you can see from the footage, Green Flash, real small place right now. Not a whole lot of room in their facilities. The good news and bad news for me is they signed a new lease down in Miramar, so they're actually going to be moving in about a year from now down to Miramar, part of San Diego, which is very close to Ballast Point and AleSmith. The bad news is they might be shutting down the brewery up here and moving down there, but if for some reason they can't sell the place, I heard they might operate both locations at the same time, which would be real nice, because then you have these triad of great breweries in San Diego up north and then mid-county. Up here you'd have Stone, Lost Abbey, Green Flash, and then towards the middle of the county you'd have Green Flash as well, along with Ballast Point and AleSmith, which would be fantastic for people coming into town. You could just hit one of those 2 spots and get 3 really great breweries. But I really hope they stick around up here in North County. It's a great beer location. There's a ton of great breweries around. So, but I understand that they want a larger facility there and more room to work. I'm sure that's nice. We just moved at work to a larger place, and it's so much better, so much nicer. So I understand all that. But they will be missed. They moved, and I have to say their pumpkin beer they had was excellent. A lot of pumpkin. Probably one of the better pumpkin beers I've had. Didn't overspice it. Was really drinkable. Good stuff. So until next time.